What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised. Julian Fellowes' historical drama about a family of aristocrats and their many helpers had a certain amount of soap opera story in it, and it used plenty of it over the course of 6 seasons. The first film followed a very similar theme, and now fans are coming up with different theories about the very anticipated sequel. Without any further ado, here are all the Downton Abbey theories that are so crazy they might be true. Maggie Smith's appearance. The Crawley family story will definitely continue, but the way it will seems quite dramatic. When Downton Abbey went off the air in 2016, fans of the period drama were ever since hoping that the show would not be the last thing they see from Downton. Therefore, because of the major success of the show, fans were given a film, and now a sequel is under development. The first Downton film was released in 2019, and it focused on a plot in which there was a royal visit to the stately country home, and we saw a pretty crazy preparation. In July of 2021, the premiere date got delayed to March 18, 2022. Now, one of the most important questions about the sequel is if Maggie Smith will make an appearance. You probably remember that in the first film, the Dowager Countess, a character played by Smith, suggested that she might lose her life soon. So, naturally, most fans thought she would not come back to reprise her role.
It's time to go. I'm leaving the family and the place that I treasure.
But, according to the latest reports, Smith is coming back for the sequel.
Oh, do you think I might have a drink? Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were a waiter.
Along with Hugh Bonneville, Jim Carter, Laura Carmichael, Michelle Dockery, and Elizabeth McGovern. The good news is they will all return to their roles in the franchise's next part. Then again, the second film announcement did write that all original Downton cast members were returning. Now, let's focus on yet another very important question. What do you think the plot of the sequel will follow? Oh, did we mention that the name of the sequel is Downton Abbey: New Era? Yeah, well, that complicates things even more. There are just so many questions. Will Barrow get to do his job this time without Carson standing in the way? Let's get into every theory we know so far, shall we? The meaning of New Era. First things first, what could a new era and the name of the sequel possibly mean for the Crawleys? As we previously said, the Downton Abbey sequel will include all of the original cast that made an appearance in the 2019 film, and will also feature a group of new characters, played by Dominic West, Laura Haddock, Hugh Dancy, and Natalie Bay. Downton Abbey 2019 was set in 1927. This was just a few years after the show's finale. So, as we previously said, the plot of the first film focused on the visit by King George V, a character portrayed by Simon Jones, and Queen Mary, portrayed by Geraldine James. On the other side, there was Lord Grantham, Hugh Bonneville, and the Crawley family hosting the visit throughout some soap opera drama. As you already know, the drama in Downton Abbey happened upstairs and downstairs, as Downton Abbey's servants disagreed with the royal household.
You're not to speak, you're not to think. Just follow my lead. Their Majesties must not know they're being served by anyone different. Do you hear me?
In the meantime, Tom Branson, a character portrayed by Alan Leach, stopped an assassination attempt on King George, while his love interest in Lucy Smith, Tuppence Middleton, grew. She's the secret daughter of Lady Maud Bagshaw, Imelda Staunton, and the estranged cousin of Lady Violet Crawley, Maggie Smith. After a lot of drama and a pretty eventful plot, the Downton Abbey movie ended with the Crawleys and their servants all happy and satisfied. This means that there's not so much place for guessing the potential plot. However, when the name of the sequel was released, fans all over the world came up with different theories about what the name of the sequel could probably mean. Here they are. A character will lose their life. The story of Downton Abbey: A New Era is being kept a secret, of course, but a few story details leaked, and now we can actually come up with some theories about the sequel. Some of those details were released at CinemaCon. And now we know that in the sequel, the Crawleys are organizing a trip abroad, with a lot of fans suggesting the trip will be to Europe. Carson, a character portrayed by Jim Carter, Downton's previous butler, said, "The British are coming." And when you think about the fact that the sequel cost a lot to make, it makes sense that the film will revolve around a plot in which the Crawleys will go on a trip to Europe. indicating a new era for the family. But there's also an unfortunate meaning for the new era, as the creator of the show, Julian Fellowes, stated that one of the characters will lose their life in the sequel. Downton Abbey 2019 featured some scenes in which we found out that Lady Violet is ill, and she passed the torch to the Crawley's next ancestor, Lady Mary. Because we previously stated that Maggie Smith will come back to reprise her role in Downton Abbey, A New Era, Lady Violet is the only character we can think of when it comes to someone losing their life. However, can you guys think of someone else having this unfortunate future in Downton Abbey too? Let us know down in the comment section below. Tom and Lucy are getting married. According to a Redditor named u/lonely-tourists, the sequel of Downton Abbey will be much less dramatic than the first film. They also suggest that the sequel will be set in 1928, and the wedding of Tom and Lucy will be in the plot focus this time. The storyline will bring all members from the upstairs and downstairs together because, as you all remember, Tom was once a servant and is marrying a former lady's maid.
Be careful, my lad, or you'll end up with no job and a broken heart.
The Redditor also suggests that we might see Thomas's romance continue in the sequel, but without so much focus as in the previous film. When it comes to Baxter and Mosley, they might get together in the second film, but some fans think that this won't happen. And when it comes to Edith, she will have her baby, and she will again try to work on her career as a journalist. There's also the storyline of Daisy and Andy, and most fans expect for them to finally get married. And, of course, we expect Daisy to make up her mind about him.
Just for the love of me.
My feelings took over. That's all I can say.
Now, what do you guys think will happen to Bates and Anna? Can you guess what their storyline will emphasize? Oh, and don't forget to smack that like button if you haven't done it already. Now, we should also expect a time jump. Downton Abbey, A New Era's CinemaCon presentation, also shared some details in which there's a wedding involved. This could prove the theory about a marriage between Tom Branson and Lucy Smith. Also, there's a huge chance that this could also mean a marriage between Daisy Mason and Andy Parker because the previous film featured both characters building a slightly stronger connection. The wedding also explains the name of the sequel because it could mean a new era for some characters. According to Screen Rant, Downton Abbey, A New Era could also mean a time jump into the 1930s. As they claim, the Great Depression happened in 1929 and it crushed Great Britain with many bad consequences. Downton Abbey 2 could completely change the lives of every character involving only the storyline. Meaning, we could see the Crawleys as they enter the 1930s and how all of them will try to adjust to the new situation. Do you guys think this theory might come true? After the ascension of King George VI. Another fan theory suggests the sequel will simply continue the story of the first film, and this time they will live around the ascension of King George VI, meaning the topic of the film will be a generation/era passing. This theory also suggests that the film will focus on a story after the Great Depression in which there's a war coming up. Despite sounding crazy, we think this could totally happen in Downton Abbey. What is your theory about the plot of the very anticipated sequel? Let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.